For this video review, we're going to take a look at GU-26. This is the Shining Gundam from Gundam Universe Tamashii Nations. Accessories included with this action figure are going to be the face masks, which are interchangeable. We have a pair of beam saber handles and their corresponding beam saber blades shaped in the form of a katana blade. We also have a pair of fists for the hands, a pair of accessory holding hands, and the shining finger hand. Just one shining finger hand. Let's do a quick 360 view of the action figure. And it did not come like this out of the box. I had to paneline the action figure so the details are going to pop out. So I used a Gundam marker and a sketching pencil. So these two items you could get at your local Hobby Lobby. The sketching pencil and the Gundam marker. As for size comparison, we have the Gundam Ariel, Gundam Universe Tamashii Nations GU-27, and Gundam Universe Tamashii Nations Shining Gundam GU-26. Both of these action figures stand around the 6.25-inch mark. So let's take a look at the details and articulation points of the action figure. So let's start first by taking off the swords. Sword number 1, so this is the shortest sword. Sword number 2, the difference is just going to be the length of the handle. And of course, the length of the beam saber blade. Next, so let's take a look at the face mask. So mask number 1, or powered up mode, shining finger mode, so it's supposed to look that way. And the other mask is going to be like just really plain Jane. So it's just easy, just pull on those two tabs and pull off, and the connection point is going to look that way. But I prefer this face mask because it has more details and it really makes the head unit of this Shining Gundam look interesting. So as for articulation points, up and down, or tilts, head tilts, nodding, looking left and right. So details on the head unit. In super mode, those 4 yellow antennas are supposed to flare out, but in this configuration, they just followed the episode 1 configuration of the Shining Gundam, wherein the face mask would open and we only have one shining finger hand accessory. Okay. So as for articulation of the arms, so full 360, T poses, bicep rotation, 2 points of articulation or bend for the elbow, and rotation on the handsets, or which handsets you wish to use. Waistline articulation point. So on the waistline we have rotation, and because of the design we have quite a limited range of movement for bending forwards and bending backwards. articulation point of bending forwards and backwards would also be impeded because of the backpack or the lander. So this is detachable too. And if you want a more permanent fix for this accessory, just glue it in place. So with the back skirt. Okay, other gimmicks for the Shining Gundam. So aside from the interchangeable face mask, we also have the forearm protectors or guards or vents for the Shining Gundam in super form. So we have that hinge that you could raise or shorten. Okay, so this is the non-shining mode or non-powered mode, and that's going to be the powered mode. And of course, it's easy just to change the handsets to the only shining finger or shining finger hand that is included with this action figure set. Articulation for waist down or the legs. So just raise the side skirts and front skirts, and we have rotation on the thighs, 2 points of articulation or bend for the knee, and we have rocker and swivel for the foot. So this is how the figure looks with that alternate face mask. This is how the action figure looks with the beam katana and the beam wakizashi. Okay, so let's address some issues. So these are the beam saber handles or the swords, and this is the side skirt for storage of the handles. And take a look or a closer look at the storage unit. So we have those two raised ridges, and if you don't use a X-Acto knife to carve out those two spots on the beam saber handles, so those are spots that I carved out. So they're going to accommodate those two ridges. Without those two spots, you place the longer handle in, it's going to flare out this portion. And when you put the shorter handle on top, it's just going to slide in and out, and actually it won't really retain well on this side skirt weapon retention system. Plus, you're going to stress out this portion of the plastic because it's going to flare out. So the easiest way is just to make those ridges on the beam saber handles. So put that in, and the shorter one in, and place it at an angle. Oops, there you go. And it won't fall off even if you shake it so hard. So nicely retained, and it takes nice shape and form. And you could now place it on the side of the action figure. And let's shake it some more if it's going to fall off. So it holds retention. So this ends my review of Gundam Universe Tamashii Nations Shining Gundam. So versus the God Gundam, which Gundam Universe Tamashii Nations put out first. I was really not satisfied with the design, but with this, I really like how it was transferred into toy form. Well, of course, articulation is not the best, well, because of the design, especially on the body or the waistline. Very little articulation points, but the rest, the head, the arms, the legs, the articulation points are good. Except just for this section, it's just going to be a trade-off between articulation point and design. But for something that is within our budget, something that does not break the bank, something that you're going to enjoy, and at the same time, you don't have to think of how you stretched out once again your credit card. This foots the bill. So details are there. Articulation points are not the best. They are decent enough for play and display. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.